everyone! So today I'm doing a tag video. I was tagged by Katie over at Books and Things to do the intimidating TBR tag. I actually was planning on doing a different video today, but it's just not working out, and I saw that she had tagged me and I was like, oh, I'm actually gonna do a tag when it's actually being done and I'm actually tagged in it. So I thought that would be kind of fun, and it's, I'm excited to do this tag. So the first question is, what book have you been unable to finish? So I have two answers for this, and I don't own either of them anymore because I just got rid of them because they just weren't gonna happen. And the first one is The Luminaries by, I think her last name is Catton or something like that. I tried to read this, and I was doing a buddy read with this, and I got about 100 pages in, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I don't enjoy this book. Turns out, apparently after page 300, it gets really good, and I'm like, I'm not reading 300 pages to get to the good part. Like, I gave up on it. I was like, no, you know what? I'm not afraid of big books, but no, not gonna happen. And the second one is Gone with the Wind, which was another buddy read that I gave up about 100 pages in, just because it was, honestly, I didn't talk about this in the month when I was supposed to read it. I just never mentioned it again. But I found it really racist, I found it really patronizing, I found it really misogynistic. Gone with the Wind and I just didn't get on, like, at all. And I mean, it's cool if you like it, and you know, it's not the book for me. I really tried. I gave it 100 pages and I just thought, no, life's too short, on to the next thing. So the next question is, what books have you yet to read because you just haven't had the time? Now, this is kind of a hard one just because, like, I do read a lot of big books, so it's not because I don't have the time, it's just because I don't really want to, and there's another question similar to this, but it is The Valley of the Dolls. I've had this on my shelf for ages. Bought it because it was really pretty, and, like, I wanted to read this. I mean, obviously Valley of the Dolls is a fairly well-known work, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Every time I think about picking it up, I'm like, no. Next thing. I just skip it all the time. So the next question is, what book have you yet to read because it's a sequel? And that is Barchester Towers by Anthony Trollope, which I'm actually planning on reading this month. So little spoiler for reviews to come. I will be reading this month. Now, I read The Warden, which is the first book in the Chronicles of Barsetshire by Anthony Trollope, his series, about a year ago, and I found it really dull. Now, I've heard that the books get progressively better, so I am going to give it a second chance, and I already own it, so I'm like, I might as well read it and get it over with and, like, clear it off my TBR. If I don't like it, I will DNF it. But yes, I am going to attempt to get through this because it's a sequel, and I just didn't love the first book, so I'm just kind of like, but I'm gonna give it a try. We're gonna give Trollope another chance. I am all about giving authors a fair chance. Next up, as the books in my lap almost fall, is what book have you yet to read because it's brand new? I don't have an answer for this one because I don't read a lot of contemporary fiction. I've kind of been wanting to read the Giller Prize winner, which I think is 15 Dogs, which is like the Canadian like literary award. But yeah, there's nothing like that's brand new on my TBR. Like it's all classics. I'm a bit boring. I just read classics, so I don't have an answer for that question. And so question number 5 is, what book have you yet to read because you read a book by the same author and didn't enjoy it? Anything by Henry James. Just gonna throw that out there. I do not like Henry James. I have given him 3 works. I think that he's a misogynistic ass, and yeah, end of discussion. I gave him 3 shots, and he disappointed me at every turn, and I couldn't do it. So I haven't read anything else by Henry James other than The Lesson of the Master, Daisy Miller, The Turn of the Screw, and I started The Portrait of a Lady and gave up on that, and I was just like, nope, Henry James, you can go sit in your corner and think about what you've done. So the question number 6 is, what book have you yet to read because you're just not in the mood for? And that is Melmoth Wander. I got this for my birthday from my sister. It is by Charles Maturin. This is about a man who sells soul to the devil and, like, wanders around and tries to get people to buy out his contract. I feel like I'm just kind of holding off until October to read this. It is fairly chunky. And yeah, I'm holding off until October, I think, or fall time. I feel like as a summer read, I don't know. I might get to this summer. We will see. I want to get to it. I haven't ever been in the mood to pick it up, but it's there. It's sitting there taunting me. So question number 7 is, what book have you yet to read because it's humongous? And this is another one that I have immediate plans to reading, and it is Leigh Miserables by Victor Hugo. This is huge. Like 60 hours of audiobooks. I was contemplating doing an audiobook for it, and it's like 60 hours. The massive book. Even like James Joyce's Ulysses as an audiobook is only 40 hours. So this is huge. This is huge. I've heard it's really good. I do really want to read it. I love the play, love the musical. I think it's fantastic. I've heard he goes on a lot of like random digressions about French history. So we will see. We will see. I have plans to read this with Ange over like July and August. So yeah, maybe we'll get through this. I'm hoping we get through this. So the next question is, what book have you yet to read because it was a cover buy that turned out to have poor reviews? Now, I don't really have an answer for this one, but I didn't want to not answer 2 questions. So I'm just going to talk about a disappointing cover buy. And I mean, to be fair, we tried to do a buddy read, so I don't feel as bad mentioning this, but The Dead of Akkad by Elaine Dundee. I got this for Christmas from Nicola because it was on my wish list, and she's very, very kind. And this is not a good book. Oh my god. Apparently my review sent somebody into a right strope, so, you know, way to subtweet me the fact that you're angry about my review. But yeah, I think this book is shit. It's awful. And like the main reason it was on my wish list is because it's really pretty. And Nicola has tried to read this and she's like, no, this book is actually awful. Like all of us in our buddy read, I don't think anybody finished it except for me, and yeah, it's just not good. So I don't often buy books based on their cover. I'm gonna be entirely honest. Like I buy covers based on their books, if that makes sense. Like I was thinking about this and I'm like, no, I don't really do cover buys. I'm not like, ooh, this is really pretty, I need this. It's more, ooh, this is a really pretty edition of a book that I want. So yeah, I mean, that's the bonus of like reading classics, is that they generally have pretty editions. When they don't, it's really disappointing and you're like, oh, I have to get the Dover Thrift edition? But yeah, so disappointing. Pretty cover, disappointing. Not staying on my shelf when I move. And then the final second last question is, what is the most intimidating book on your TBR pile? Well, since I have conquered Anna Karenina, Vanity Fair, Middlemarch, War and Peace, which is on the other bookshelf. I'm not too intimidated by books, but I'm gonna say Les Mis again, just because it is really long. But I am looking forward to reading more French, books. I mean, I've read The Count of Monte Cristo. Long books don't really scare me, but yeah. So this will get taken down shortly before I move. I will read this in its entirety. And then the last question is, of course, who do you tag? So, no surprise here. I would tag Katie, but she tagged me. So I'm going to tag Ange from Beyond the Pages 19, Yamini from The Skeptical Reader, Nicola from Robotnik, Vanessa from Jaboski, Tanya from List Obsessed Reader, and Jean from Jean's Bookish Thoughts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tag video. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any intimidating books on your TBR, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!